59, volume 1 SCR, 379, page 390 to 391, then 397 to 413. This decision is not 51, 1 SCR is in volume 5B, page 481. 81. PDF page 486, Andrew.
Volume 5D.
5. Now, the reason why I want to cite this judgment is this is not the 5B. Canon Duncan.
On what proposition do you cite it?
Yes. In this case, the real dispute was with regard to tax on sale of goods. So the question arose, what is the meaning of the term sale of goods as understood by the framers or the lawmakers? This was the case under 1935 Act. Therefore, the entry was the same. They said, what is
So
the
what
meaning
did it
of
hold?
Their lordships not debated the question whether we should adopt the popular sense or the common sense point of view with respect to legislative entry, or we should adopt a sense which is in conformity with the legislative practice, which they call the legal sense. And eventually, after considering everything and lots of judgments, both US Supreme Court in British matters, Privy Council and all, they came to the conclusion that the real meaning can be derived after looking into the legal history. That is the legal sense, not the popular sense. That's not always correct.
Legal history, yes.
But
how this had been used even before the adoption of that entry in
because what they said, not
the
lordship,
government of India.
quite right. And what the lordship said, not that the lordships would have to sit in the position of the framers and see what the law was. In what sense?
Really, I don't think we need to labor that point. Really,
no.
Let's go.
This is what, but I wanted to rely on this.
Absolutely.
Therefore.
Perfect.
And 51, therefore, Supreme Court SCR, the one above Balsara. This is 1951 SCR 682.
Yes.
This is Balsara versus State of Bombay. Or State of Bombay versus Balsara.
Where do we find it in the volumes? Volume 5B?
Volume 5. 5B.
5B, right?
5 only 5.
5.
Volume 5, page 1718.
And what does it say? I mean, you can just formulate it for us.
In Balsara, not the question, of course, the case was with regard to portable liquor.
Yes.
But they considered the history of the term intoxicating liquor.
I think Balsara we maybe have to look at.
Yes. They considered the entire history of intoxicating liquor from the British position to Government of India, because Government of India is an act of British Parliament.
Let's go to Balsara.
Yes.
I think Balsara we may see, regarding portable liquor. Yeah.
And then they say intoxicating liquor would include all kinds of liquor, including industrial alcohol. No, there is a difficulty. I have it in SCR form. Lordships have it perhaps in AIR form.
Now everybody should cite SCR because we have a Digi SCR in place now.
Right. So I have it in SCR form. Not lordships have it. Yeah, I have it.
And we that is just opposite.
It is 1951.
1942.
SCR. 1951 SCR, page 682.
You can load it for us on the DG SCR, you can load it on the screen.
Yes.
So that's the official report.
He has given SCC online.
You've given SCC on that.
And this further went to the extent of saying even medicinal preparations containing alcohol would come under intoxicating liquor.
Which are the relevant paragraphs?
Yes. But actually, I'm from SCR, Lord. I can give you lots of relevant pages, but I can't give the relevant.
Alright, he just load it for us on our screen so that we can both follow both the. Wo kar lo, DG SCR kar lo.
Also, we don't have volume.
It has come.
DG SCR. ESCR दीजिए आपने.
The neutral citation.
Has to go to.
Yes, but kindly notice the question here which arose, no? Page 685 and 686. Question is with regard to, obviously, as I said, no, against the direction of the Prohibition Commissioner of Bombay, no? Prohibiting.
So where do you want us to go to now?
Kindly have the next page, 686. Second paragraph. The act in question was passed by the legislature of the province of Bombay. This was an act under Government of India Act, not 1949 Act, therefore Government of India Act, and the entry was entry 31, which is in the same terms, not as entry 8.
Intoxicated.
Page do you want us now? Let's go where they discuss liquor and intoxicating
That's
liquor.
page 703. No?
Page 703 page out. That's how it has to.
The High Court has held that the word liquor starts like that. Acha.
That's 39
The
and
High Court, before that, Lordship, may have a look at the entry. Entry 31 is at page 690. Page 690. Says entry 31 list 2. Intoxicating liquors and narcotic drugs, that is to say production, manufacture, possession, transport, purchase, sale of intoxicating liquors, opium, and so on. We're not concerned with opium and all, but intoxicating liquors was the word they used. Coming to page 703. And this law was claimed to have been made under entry 31, list 2 of the Government of India Act 1935.
Slightly above this is definition of liquor.
Oxford English Dictionary.
Earlier, just slightly earlier. Liquor includes spirit of wine, etc. Just above this paragraph, starting from
High Court has held.
The High Court has held, yes. The High Court has held that the word, may I?
paragraph 39 in this. Defines that.
May I place it? In the Bombay Act, perhaps there was the definition of the word liquor,
That's it.
which included spirits of wine, methylated spirit, and all liquids consisting of alcohol. Then the answer is given by the High Court, which is page 703. The High Court has held that the word liquor ordinarily means a strong drink as opposed to soft drink, but it must in any event be a beverage which is ordinarily drunk. Proceeding upon this view, the High Court has held that although the legislature may, while legislating under entry 31, prevent the consumption of non-intoxicating beverages and also prevent the use as drinks of alcoholic liquids, which are not normally consumed as drinks, it cannot prevent the legislature the legitimate use of alcoholic preparations, which are not beverages, nor the use of medicinal preparations containing alcohol. This view of the High Court was very strongly supported on the one hand and equally strongly challenged on the other before us, and I therefore proceed to deal with it. Now then, the Lordships go to the dictionary meaning. In the Oxford English Dictionary, edited by James Murray, several meanings are given to the word liquor, of which the following may be known. Quoted. Liquor, a liquid matter in a liquid state, in wider sense, a fluid. A liquid or a prepared solution used as a wash or bath and in many processes in the industrial arts. Liquid for drinking, beverage drink, now almost exclusively a drink produced by fermentation or distillation, malt, liquor, liquor brewed from malt, ale, beer, porter, etc. The water in which meat has been boiled, both sauce, the fat in which bacon, fish, or the like has been fried, the liquid produced by infusion. Lordship may omit the rest and come to the next page. Thus, according to the dictionary, the word liquor may have a general meaning in the sense of a liquid, or it may have a special meaning, which is the third meaning assigned to it in the extract quoted above. Vis-a-vis a drink or beverage produced by fermentation or distillation. The latter is undoubtedly the popular and the most widely accepted meaning of and the basic idea of beverage seems rather prominently to run through the main provisions of the various acts of this country, as well as America and England relating to intoxicating liquor, to which our attention was drawn. But at the same time, on the reference to these very acts, it is difficult to hold that they deal exclusively with beverages and are not applicable to certain articles which are strictly speaking not beverages. A few instances will make the point clear. in the National Prohibition Act 1919 of America, the word liquor and intoxicating liquor are used as having the same meaning, and the definition states that these words shall be construed to include alcohol, brandy, whiskey, rum, gin, beer, ale, water, wine, and in addition thereto, any spirituous, vinous, malt, or fermented liquor, liquid, and compounds, whether medicated, proprietary, patented, by whatever name called, containing 1/2 of 1% of more or more of alcohol by volume, which are fit for use as beverage purpose. Having defined liquor and intoxicating liquor rather widely, the Volstead Act accepted denatured alcohol, medicinal preparations, toilet and antiseptic preparations, flavoring extracts and syrups, vinegar and preserved sweet cider, which suggests that they were included in the definition. In some of these items, we have the qualifying words unfit for use for beverage purposes. But the heading of the section 4 of Volstead Act, under which these exceptions are enumerated, the exempted liquors.
Mr. Dwivedi, if you go to para 40, we are in para 44, which says coming now to the various definitions. Middle of that para,
Yes.
if you go to middle of that para, even if we exclude the American and English acts from our consideration,
Right.
we find that all the provincial acts of this country have consistently included liquids containing alcohol in the definition of liquor
Right.
and intoxicating liquor.
May I place it, Good Lordship?
Yes, you can just read from there, even if we.
Lordship was reading. In the Bengal Excise Act, now the first.
No. The para is coming now to the various definitions.
All right. Coming now to the
Middle of the para.
No, I have it. No?
Even if we.
Coming now to the definition.
No, just skip that. Even if we exclude the American and English acts, that's the ratio.
But can you have it from before, because it refers to the local
Not
acts.
necessary. Just the formulation is even if we exclude the American. That's what we are relying on.
No, they were relying upon Indian acts too earlier. Lordship.
That's not necessary now.
Very well.
Just go to even if we. Even if we exclude the American and English acts from our consideration, we find that all the provincial acts of this country have consistently included liquids containing alcohol in the definition of liquor and intoxicating liquor. The framers of the Government of India Act 1935 could not have been entirely ignorant of the accepted sense in which the word liquor has been used in the various excise acts of this country. And accordingly, I consider the appropriate conclusion to be that the word liquor covers not only those alcoholic liquids which are generally used for beverage purposes and produce intoxication, but also all liquids containing alcohol. It may be that the latter meaning is not the meaning which is attributed to the word liquor in common parlance, especially when that word is prefixed by the qualifying word intoxicating. But in my opinion, having regard to the numerous statutory definitions of the word, such a meaning could not have been intended to be excluded from the scope of the term intoxicating liquor used in entry 31 of list 2.
Man. This is entry 31 is entry 8
Is entry
of the Constitution. Now, Lord, to kind of corroborate this reasoning, if Lordship would come to my written submissions, Lord, I have extracted all the definitions of liquor in the local acts, and these are all of I think 1950.
Anything more in this judgment that you want to? This is the point you want.
No, that's the point which I want.
All right, then we'll close this judgment now. What is the next point?
No, kindly come to the Lord, page 8 of my written submissions. No?
All right, we'll go to
where I have extracted the definitions of liquor, intoxicating liquor, alcoholic liquor, and so forth. But a lot flows from that. Page 8 of my written submissions. Page 8. Let's go. 8.
Yes.
So these are the backdrops on the basis of which Entry 31 of Government of India Act was enacted, and that was borrowed by the Constitution. First is Bombay Abkari Act, 1878. Liquor includes spirits of wine, methylated spirit, which is not potable, it's poisonous. Spirits is defined later on, but I'll show that. Means any liquor containing alcohol and obtained by distillation, whether it is denatured or not. That's the important part.
மோடி தான் தேவை ஏனென்றால் 370 சட்டம் அகற்றப்பட்ட பிறகு காஷ்மீர் மக்கள் வளர்ச்சியின் காற்றை சுவாசிக்கிறார்கள். வளர்ச்சியடைந்த பாரதத்திற்கு உறுதியேற்போம். மீண்டும் ஒருமுறை மோடி அரசு. இன்றே உறுதியேற்போம். உறுதியேற்க கிளிக் செய்ய